Much chatter.
Once again, it's your host Trees and Breeze. I'm with my boy Ben McCabe, and it's the Sesh Podcast. Yeah! What's good, my guy?
Chilling, man. Chilling. I've been avoiding you all day, so we could have some.
We can finally have a conversation.
So what's good? How you been?
I'm good, bro.
You came in looking stressed this morning, bro.
Friday morning is always stressful because it's like the end of the week, beginning of everybody's party week. I don't really party too much, but like, you know, being in the industry and shit, a lot of shit.
Wait a minute, what do you define as party? Because I see you go out all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of my going, that's like, I don't really like partying. I guess that's going out. Like, I guess that's like a party. I don't really do like too many clubs and shit.
Yeah, I mean that's a different type. Everything's partying now. That's called the Mac, and that is that's just a strain I've been wanting to try for a minute, bro. I heard about it because I was in the Indo Expo in Denver, and this dude Capulator was his name on IG. I don't know his deal, but he's the breeder of this shit. But there was a fucking line for this shit the entire show, like 30 people deep. It was crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen a line for seeds like that. So Jungle Boys grew it out. I fucking waited in line and for an absurd amount of time to fucking get it. I went there like the busiest day. So
you got it from Jungle Boys?
I did, yeah. So I'm curious here, what the fuck are you doing with your wraps over here, or your blunts?
I'm washing the backwood. Well, I washed the backwood. This is the final product.
Explain to me why the fuck you have to wash the
backwood.
Let's get a
little to this. Like washing the backwood.
I don't understand the whole washing the wood shit.
So I really didn't get it either. I've been smoking backwards for a good 3 years faithfully now, and I've never really done it at all. But VG Vincent Gordon, you know, he was doing the showroom, and we were talking, and they were like, "Yo, we're talking about backwoods." I'm like, "Yo, I end up buying like a box of Russian creams last week,
and they
all fucked up." And I'm like, I end up throwing them out. He's like, "Why the hell you throwing them out?" I'm like, "Bro, what do you mean? I'm not about to smoke on stale backwood. Like half the time it just stresses me. You know what I mean? Like I'm tight. I'm fucking got a big fat ass blunt that I can't even smoke. You know what I mean?" He's like, "Bro, why you just wash it?" I'm like, "Because I don't care about the flavoring, bro. Like I smoke the backwood." He's like, "Shit to do with the flavoring, bro. It's just to get the, you know, the blunt back to."
Does it wash the flavor off though? Not that
I
can like ever really.
Yeah, guess what, bro? Feel it though, bro. It's a fresh backwood again. You know what I mean?
It's a soggy backwood.
Yeah, it's sog. I guess because we like trying to smoke.
I mean, listen, I don't smoke backwoods enough to fucking. I do know rolling a backwoods is a pain in the fucking ass, and if it's
it could be.
if it's stale, it's. But you can't wash a Dutch, and I only ever smoke Dutches with ones. So.
I hope you don't try watching no damn Dutches. Them motherfuckers are stale.
Why do you hate on Dutches so much? I don't understand.
Because I came
You grew up smoking Dutches, didn't you? And now what?
Alright, let's give a little background. Alright.
You forget where you come from?
Trees and Breeze. Give us a little
Dutches
is what I started smoking off of. You know what I mean? Like
Put that on the Wikipedia.
Yeah, for real, bro. Like, I used to cut Dutches in half and make two because I was so young and couldn't buy them at the bodega. Like, you know what I mean? I had to wait outside for two.
Hey, mister. Playing Hey, mister.
Yeah, Hey, mister. You know what I mean? You get that one dude to get it for you, and then, like, I used to shave it. I used to buy four. It used to be 4 for $5. $5, you get 4.
That's back in the day, right there. Remember they went, they went up from $1 to $1.25.
Yeah, I hated it because I was so used to the 4 for $5, and that $5 was like $15 a week, $5 from my fucking
$15 a week. What the fuck were you doing? Is that your lunch money, bro?
Huh?
Is that your lunch money? $15 a week?
Yeah, this might have been lunch money, bro, on some shit. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely was taking my parents' money at a time.
Yeah, who wasn't? I mean, how else did you buy weed when you were a kid? I
had a job at Target, bro, at Mad Young.
Yeah, but what time? When did they hire you at Target? What the fuck?
15, bro. They fucked up. my mom fucking actually made the fucking what's the thing called? The worker slip or whatever, like they say how old you are.
She forged your documents
for
you?
Yeah, she forged your documents. That's how I knew it was young.
You get a job, motherfucker.
Yeah, for real. So you better get out there, you know what I mean?
That's solid though. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. They should lower the working age.
But yeah, 15, I was out there. I was buying weed at least like 13 or something like that. I used to go to my man Beans. He used to live in Regis Park. That was like the hood of the place I grew up in. And he used to, him and his girlfriend sell weed. And you'll go to the front door, his girl would answer. They should be like, the girl would answer the door, and she'd be like point upstairs or something like that. Because she was just acknowledging.
She didn't speak? She just pointed?
Yeah, she ain't never say nothing. She'd like say what's up to you, but it was just like I just remember a girl in like a wife beater. You know what I'm talking about? A tank top. She'd be in a tank top.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know that type of place.
Yo, for real, bro. And fucking, they used to throw the weed out the top window. Like, you give her the money, and they throw the weed out the top window.
Yeah, my boy got fucking,
Dead ass.
My boy used to sell weed out of his parents' house, but he used to always be getting in trouble.
Yeah.
So he had like a 3-story house. So it was like one of those thin 3 stories, right? So he'd be at the top floor. Yo, he was grounded for some dumb shit, whatever he's getting in trouble with that week. So this motherfucker tied a rope to his fucking shoe. And he dropped the shoe down, and you throw your money in the shoe, and he'd fucking pull it back up, and then put your weed in the shoe.
He was getting that money.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
He was getting that money.
But yeah, his parents used to. Oh man, God bless.
I mean, we all had our little trickery ways to make our money a little. Especially in the black market, you always got to do a little something to like secure yourself. But that's why it's crazy seeing shit like when we go on these shows and travel for what we do as a job. To see how it definitely how it transitioned from like really black market, you gotta just know guy, to now it's like a whole industry.
Well, that,
not like it is a whole industry.
Yeah. That's one of the things I was going to talk about today too, was like the evolution of weed, man. Of just like the whole way you fucking get weed, you smoke weed, like the way, like everything. You know, it used to be like, you used to get in trouble for smoking weed. Now you go to some places, man, I want to walk in stinking like fucking OG. People know what's up. But yo, back in the day, it was like, just fucking getting weed from the dude, man. It wasn't we go to the dispensary, get whatever the fuck you want. It was just get it from homeboy. He just brought the fucking weed, and you didn't have a choice on what the fuck you were getting.
Yeah, and then like even like to fathom that, we have whole shows behind cannabis, like whole trade shows.
And you're like, fucking stamping your name on it. This came from Bruce.
Yeah, we're like, come back.
But I mean, like I think that's one of the coolest things. Like, it's not just like you can get different types of weed now. I mean, you can get fucking dab oil, which was not a thing, right? Until I was like after high school almost.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't a thing. I mean, maybe for some people it was, but for like the majority of the fucking world, nobody. You want the torch?
Yeah. Nah, yeah, bro. Fucking oil wasn't a thing forever.
Imagine if it was, though. Imagine how different, like. I mean, and it's that way for some people, but back then, and I don't know when you graduated or whatever, but in the late 2000s, it was to have dabs or wax or whatever the fuck, shatter.
Yeah.
Even shatter, because shatter was like the first thing you got, something you could handle with your hands.
Yeah, this shit is good, bro.
It's fire, right?
Yeah.
Gets you high as fuck too.
But yeah, I think something what you're saying. Back then when you had fucking oil, it was the shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like rare. If that's what you're about to say.
Well, it was rare, but imagine it like when you were coming up. You know, when you were like, because I remember when I sold trees all through high school.
Right.
I mean, I went into freshman year putting 8s in motherfuckers. We were in their front pocket, trying to get business. Yo, here's an 8 with my fucking number inside. I'd be like, hit me up to everybody.
So Bobby in the building. Come on, bro. You want to take a seat, Bobby? Take a seat. Go take a seat over there, bro. Take a seat. Take a seat. Get part of the action.
He's just looking to get high, and he's gonna.
I'm lurking.
But yeah, dude. Like, imagine you had fucking that vape pens and edibles like they do now.
Bro,
but not only that, right?
Bro.
Like, not only that, it's branded. Like, people who are smoking weed now, people who are in high school buying trees, like, they must be snobby ass motherfuckers. We were getting. This is going back to another conversation we were having, but. You think, you got fucking Kirk's edibles, or you got Dr. Norm's, or do you have Kiva, or do you have fucking Chill? Like, people ask for that shit by brand now, even if you're not in a legal state, right? They're asking for California brands, Colorado brands, which is fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Like, I remember even when we first were like starting to make oil and shit, it was just like, yo, you were blessed. You had oil?
Yeah.
I'm fucking on my way.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. I know what you mean, man. I mean, these new up and coming.
This actually does taste fine.
Yeah, it's great, man. These up and coming weed dealers and whatever you want to call them, they hustlers. Motherfuckers got branded to their product now. And that's like,
yeah, but isn't that like I wouldn't know, but isn't that a little sketchy? Like, if you're even like, say you're bringing in
I don't know if that's sketchy, bro. That's like you the dude.
You the dude. Yeah, word. You the dude.
That's what I'm saying. The dude that fucking when I was in high school, he used to sell candy. Like, bro, he didn't smoke no type of weed. He just like to race his car, bro.
That's the worst motherfucker.
No,
sells you weed, don't even smoke.
But he was smart, bro. He was smart as a motherfucker. Everybody in my school smoked weed, bro. It was a fucked up neighborhood, bro. I'm talking about rolling weed in the fucking bathroom, bro. Like. Yeah, that's regular. What I'm saying, like,
I didn't live in a fucked up neighborhood, but we did the same shit.
Yeah. Every neighborhood, but bro, it's like, fucking, he would sell candy. He would just straight sell candy. His year from junior year to I'm not junior for fucking.
Street sell candy, like medicated candy.
No, bro, like regular candy, but he didn't smoke weed, bro. And he would come. I'm talking about.
That's an entrepreneur right there.
Yo, bro, an entrepreneur. I'm talking about. He used to probably make more money than the lunch line in school, bro. Like. Literally, he had to like almost hire another person to be with him. Like, yo, you gotta watch my back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking about a straight duffel bag, and his name was A Money. And he used to be in the hallway. I'm talking about late to class. He used to get caught. He was a good kid too. He was smart, so he liked to race his car and shit. But word, he took advantage. Think of like that dude now. Like if A Money now would have all the edibles.
That hustles, yeah.
Oh my god.
That hustle is what gets it. But dude, the edibles, like. I don't know, man. I think it's a like. All right, so but getting back to branding shit, like if you're slinging branded fucking products, like say you got Kiva bars or some shit, or say you're slinging Jungle Boys. A lot of people are copying the label, right? And just put, this is fucking Jungle Boys packaging and serving that out in other states. Like if you're getting Jungle Boys or if you're getting fucking almost any type of branded product, it's 50% counterfeit. You know what I mean? Like there's such a market out there. Be like, you actually got the real brand. Where all right, you can charge more for the real brand or the fucking knockoff. No matter what, it's branded. Uh-huh. But if you're some dude, like I grew up in a small town, right? So we had a couple people, like everybody in town smoked weed. Like if you're in high school, right, you got like 5 years or a couple, depending on where you are, 5 years above you or 3 years below you, whatever. To like your customer base and to like different people selling weed. So like there were like a handful of weed dealers, right? I was one. We had and a couple others, and a few people were always up on top. Like, and the cops knew about all of us. You know what I mean? I mean, you see the same fucking kid driving and going like this on fucking Main Street all day long, and all we would do is we just get money and get money to smoke weed and
you get money.
We'd smoke blunts all around town. That's all we were doing all day was smoking blunts and driving around.
Fucking talk about that's like, what I was on.
That's all we did. So like the cops knew about us. If I was stamping my fucking brand on my bags, dude, you know how quick it would have been that I was done for. Like, come on, you can't be doing that. Like, I don't understand. I think it's a different game right now. And then when I was growing up too, it was like you had different qualities of weed, and the guy who had the best weed was king. And you could tell easily, right? You had you had the haze. The one dude sold straight up haze. This motherfucker didn't have nothing. He had the haze. That was it. Yeah. 0.7 and 0.8. That's fucking it. And you couldn't get an eighth. You could get 5 dubs. You know what I mean? And that was an eighth, maybe.
I do it for 80. I
do it
for 90. 80 was the
we used to do 5 for 80. 5 for 80. 3 for 50. 5 for 80.
Man, the weed game is so different now, bro. Like, it's just weed in general.
But then, like, mix fucking extracts into that shit. Mix oil, mix edibles. Like, if all this shit was in the landscape when we were younger selling weed, you could have like the area to like not. Yeah, I mean, oh my god, the area to like not overlap.
But think about it. I hear you saying because every time you did get an edible or oil or something, it was
like
crazy shit. It was crazy.
Well, I remember one of this dude I used to know used to have these Rice Krispie treats. There were these big softball fucking Rice Krispie treats, and we didn't know like what fucking. They were either strong or they were not. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So you ate one, you didn't know what the fuck. You didn't have no milligram, no labels. This motherfucker's it's wrapped up in saran wrap and shit, and you were happy as fuck to have it.
Word, bro. Word.
And then like when I was already done. Like when vape pens came around and shit, I wasn't even like I was not even in the game. That was a long time after I was.
It's a high school right now with vape pens, bro. I guess you can't.
We got high all day.
Yeah,
all day.
Motherfucker can't tell me nothing.
Oh, this nicotine. Oh no, you know what the shit is now? Is CBD.
It's CBD.
This CBD.
This CBD. Because it want to be informed motherfuckers.
What?
Little want to be informed motherfuckers, you know, because they don't really know about it.
That was me. I was the little informed motherfucker.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm like, what I got right here.
Yep. Yeah, bro, I hear you.
But yeah, man, it was different, man. Accessibility, like, it's so fucking accessible now. It's so normalized, like, within, like, the past, I mean, you think about the past 10 years, you go back to 2008, how normalized weed is now compared to then.
But
it's wild.
I think I always had that outlook. If maybe I foresaw it, whatever how you say that, I foresaw this.
You forsaken it?
Whatever. I foresaw this bitch. I used to tell my mom all the time, ain't nothing wrong. It's like, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of reefer.
But that was like after you get caught, right? You get caught, be like, listen, it ain't that bad. You start pleading your case on why you shouldn't be in trouble and shit. Oh man, my mom by the end, like I remember, like when I was old, my mom was catching me, taking all my weed stash for forever. And one time she got older, like when I was older. She like brought me into a room. She's like, I want to give you all this shit. It was everything she ever took from me, bro. She didn't throw it out. She had all the bowls. She had fucking old ass with 3-year-old weed. But like by the end of it, like my mom knew. Like I think my whole family knew I was selling weed. But like for my family, like everybody was like, what? All right. You know, like
you remember about Thanksgiving? You know we went outside. We were gonna take that walk. We go outside.
Yo, I remember the first time.
We just took a walk.
How old were you when you like first smoked with your family? With like your cousins or whatever.
Cousins? You know? Like now I can smoke with my aunts.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like you go from like you can smoke with your cousins, and then my next thing was gonna be like, well, how long do you smoke with your uncles?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say any uncle. That's a lie. My dad's side of my family, I just smoke with my uncles. I just smoke with my uncle. This like maybe 2 months ago. It was cool.
2 months ago. Goddamn. See, mine was like I smoked. I'm the oldest cousin, so I didn't really get to like smoke with my cousins, but like my dad's cousins. And my dad's the oldest, so they were all. I mean, between my dad's age and me, like there was some like halfway, right?
You're like
so
your dad's little brother.
There was like middle ground, and me and my brother were like the oldest of the cousins, so the family didn't have like at family parties there weren't a lot of kids. They were first getting exposed to it, so it's like these motherfuckers didn't know how to act. They were doing all sorts of crazy shit. But like when I remember I was like 15 years old or something. I was like selling weed a little bit, and then my dad told me my cousin Elena got popped. Or let's bleep that name out. My cousin.
She goes like, man, she can ride me. That's family.
So somebody like something happened in like the whole family. We'll skip to that. Something happened, and I was like, yo, we're doing what? I was like, what's happening over there? Oh man, I went out there quick, and then one of my other cousins took me under his wing and like showed me the ropes on like what was good, was good with weed, and like that's when it like started to really become normalized, and
I got a funny story about cousins, right? So like let's say, because I'm younger than 12, maybe 11 years old, right? I'm hanging out with my friends. It's like when I first be able to ride my bike like to other towns. I don't think I really was supposed to, but it was like I first figured out I can get away with it through the time limit. My parents not being home, I can go do this, I can do that. So I went to the mall. I ended up getting caught trying to steal shoes with me and my boy. We're like 11 years old. You know remember you said to me the other day when you order some shoes and then you put your shoes back in the box.
Order some,
yeah. Like ask for a size. I put my shoes back in the box.
Oh, you couldn't ask for a size. You had to pull them off the shelf.
Oh, see, now I asked for a size. See, I fucked up. We was young, we were 11 years old. I asked for a size. I put them on. It's my man. It's at the time, it was like kid was like my best friend. He'd tap me and go, yeah, or whatever. I'm like, all right, we're going. We walk out the store, probably like 4 or 5 stores before the exit, and the exit was through another store. So 4 or 5 stores before the exit store, a security guard starts chasing us. We get all the way through the parking lot. I like stumble in the parking lot and fall. But not really. The security guard like tackled me. You know what I mean? But I like stumble on rocks. Like he hits me, but I was so young he didn't really want to do me so bad.
I was about to say. I was like, so pissed off that security guard. Like this little motherfucker.
Yeah. He was like, I ain't gonna lie, he was like a bigger version of me because he was like my same complexion, like brolic. He hits me off the bike, whatever. So let me speed this up. Where I'm going with this is I get caught. The cops actually don't even arrest me. They arrest me, but they call my dad and they bring me to my house. So they bring me to my house. They have my dad screaming on me, whatever. Long story short, my mom gets so pissed off. The next day, my cousin is about to drive down to Florida. And my cousin at this time was probably like late 20s, maybe 30. No. He probably in his late 20s. Going on 30. He's like, tell him to come with me. I'm going, because he has 2 kids and a wife. He's like, tell him to come with me. You know what I mean? We're about to go down to Florida. So my mom's like, cool. My mom lets me go with him for like 2 weeks, bro. Yeah, like 2.5 weeks. It was in the summertime. It's probably the best time I ever had, bro. And 11 years old, so we go down to Florida, and this one, Florida, Crippy was out.
Crippy, yeah.
So his man had a gravity bomb. She was huge. Yo, he was like, I never forget, I was sitting there. He was like, you ever smoke Crippy? I'm like, nah, bro, I only smoke Reds. I knew what Reds was, but I only smoke regular. I smoke regular. I smoke green. That's what it was called. I was smoking in Brooklyn at the time. They call it green. So I smoke green. I smoked Crippy that time, and like, yo, I was probably so fucking high, bro. Like, I hit that gravity bomb. I was high for a good, maybe like, I feel like I remember like 3-4 hours, bro. Like,
yeah, the gravity bomb when you're young like that fucking tears your day.
11 years old, bro. And like, I ain't gonna lie, that was probably like one of the first times I really got high. Like, I was already buying a little weed with my friends being stupid. I think it's like 11, 12, maybe 12 exactly.
I remember the first time I smoked weed was I was 11. I think I was in like 6th grade, or the summer after 6th grade, 11 or 12. But yeah, I wonder how old people are starting to get high. Like, what's the average? You know what I mean? Because when I was like growing up, like everybody's like, damn, 11.
I got a question for you, right? Could your 15-year-old self fathom what you do now today? Like, could you ever have thought? Like you,
well, I never even thought of it.
But go into what you do and like why that would be crazy from a person that black market sold weed at home on the other side of the country to here.
I can't even explain why, because it just wasn't like it wasn't an option. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, there's weed companies. Like there were weed companies.
But I'm saying, how did you get here? Is what I'm asking. How did you get here?
Man, I mean, a little bit of like, all right, I'm not gonna say it was all luck, but like a majority of it was luck. Like I worked hard, I tried, right? But like I got a job at a low level job in Connecticut as just being like the help at like a large grow.
Yep.
And then I got lucky enough to be part of the extraction team at an early stage. And
got your knowledge up.
I was able to learn a lot about, like, I knew a little bit about growing. I don't know anything about growing. I don't claim to really. Like I know a little bit, but like nothing that like no farmer. Like I don't like growing. I don't like getting dirty. Like I love making hash and shit.
You know some science.
I know a little bit, but like. It's hard, like, yeah, if you go around grows and, like, live at a grow for a little bit, it's hard not to know some things, you know?
And from the grower.
But I'm not a grower, yeah. So, like, but it's just wild, man. You just, like, I got a low-level job, and I was just doing it through persistence and, like, just knowing weed in itself. I think that's, like, a huge factor that, like, not a lot of people realize that, like, knowing what a good product is or how to manipulate hash and, like, what it, like, I don't know, there's just an understanding that clicks, and I assume it's that way with like anything, but yeah, I don't know. I got lucky enough to meet some really nice people and move on from there, man. And then I went out to Oregon, we did a few things, and now I'm in LA, so it's cool, man. It's brought me to the point where like now we travel the world, we do trade shows. I'm not like directly involved with growing or processing to sell to dispensaries anymore. But the selling presses and the equipment and learning more about like the details on that of different, you know, equipment coming to market, like building new equipment, you know, and like just seeing different machinery come out, and then you're like, oh shit, you see that? Well, yo, what if we did this? And like new shit's being developed every day. So like to take it from like selling your original question to like selling weed on the black market to like where I'm at today, like there's just no fathom on that. Like when I was younger, I would think, like, okay, am I going to go sell weed my entire life and live that black market life? Or am I going to go, like, that was a real decision I was struggling with. I was like, because everybody's going to college, and I'm like, I didn't have a good time in high school. Like, we didn't even really go look at some colleges. So I didn't go that route. I went to like a technical school. But basically the whole time, like all my money ever came from selling weed.
Right.
So it's like, I was at this dilemma where I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with my life? Like, I can either go down this where it's like, you got to live a certain way, and there's certain there's certain shit that's just not going to be as easy for you as other people, right? And like that limits the people you can even be exposed to, because who's going to associate with people who are just like selling weed? Like that's one type of lifestyle, and that's a fire lifestyle if you do it well. But if you don't do it well, it's like it can just be frustrating and can be kind of depressing.
Right,
so I was looking at that, and then I was like, oh, like I didn't like going to school, like. I'm not a dummy, but like I'm not great at like sitting in a classroom and doing that. Like I'm just not great at it. So yeah, man, I feel blessed to like do that, to be doing what I'm doing, and you know, traveling, educating people, getting to do some consulting for people is like is a huge blessing, and it's fascinating every day.
It's lit too. That's how I take from it. Like being in the, you know, and I always like your outlook on it, because it's like it's a lot of similarities. I feel like in our situations, bro, even till today. You know what I mean? And like a lot of similarities, like you were taking the black market, and like I can just say this for me, like the black market was pinnacle at a point. Like to be a fucking older dude that like, yeah, if I didn't go to college, like you said, like, or I didn't hit the lottery, or I don't come from a silver spoon. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is regular. So if I was able to fucking advance myself out of where I came from and be able to, yeah, if I sold quantity of weed that made me a good substantial amount of money for the rest of my life, it really wasn't a bad situation for me. I was thinking about it. I've had that idea.
Well, it's normalized. It's normalized now.
No, well, honestly, but just honestly, like, yo, if I was 40 years old, I used to say this to myself, I was 40 years old, and like, word, I only was selling fucking 30, 40 pounds a week. Yeah, I was mad that like this is still what I was doing, or that's where like, but yeah, that's fucked up. But honestly, at a point, it was like that. And not to say it was good, but I'm saying to see. Well, wait, hold on. To be in the industry now and see that you can be a 40-year-old dude and have a legitimate business, be running a legitimate like off of this, not only the plant, the plant, fucking weed, but the shit around it, you can get money off of and still hold a legitimate business, tax ID, is dope to me.
Well, I think like you could say weed is part of like a counterculture, right? Especially back when it's illegal, you know, even before we grew up, right? Like we grew up at like basically like it's totally different than it was even in the fucking 90s.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's to have people who live that lifestyle during that time of only really being accepted and feeling normal in that counterculture, and having to be a quote unquote criminal or break the law and risk certain things, but then to like be able to give that type of person an opportunity. You might say you or myself that didn't really be like, yo, I don't like the school thing, and you know, you didn't want to go to school, you weren't great in school, or you didn't know what you wanted to do, but weed was like a passion for me, and it is for a lot of other people who you know, get into selling weed. I don't know, if you sell weed, maybe you get into other shit, like that leads to a certain life. So to have like this opportunity where now this whole group of people, you know, who were considered a criminal, non-violent, like can now have like a real career and be passionate about something and put everything out on the open and not have to hide any aspect of your life. That's an extremely freeing position to be in. You know what I mean? Like, and I just grew up just being like, oh, I have this decision of could I go this way or could I go that way, and fucking God bless that the positive way it turned out, you know, where it was illegal. It was both. It was legal and exactly what I wanted. But there's a whole group of people who, you know, probably talking to me and be like, these motherfuckers know what they was talking about, you know, who are 40 years old, who are now growers and making different equipment for a legal industry and have this boom. I mean, fuck. Like that's I think that's a really great thing to like kind of take the veil off, if you will.
Now they revealed it. So all right, let's keep it smooth. So now we talk about
what do we got?
We talked about us. We talked about us a little bit. We jumped into it.
We got that one up.
Y'all see the Sesh is lit. You know, we got a little bit going on. We got a little bit of everything going on. Little dabs, little blunts, good talk. Like I said, it's Trees and Breeze with my boy and my co-host. Sometimes I'm high, Ben McCabe. We lit right now. We lit. I'm happy because this podcast actually worked out. we're gonna let y'all in a little scoop that we shot the first episode a few different times, a few different ways, and like, you know, it just didn't like really pan out the right way. But I'm for certain that this is the one, man. This is what the session's about for a fact.
Well, hopefully soon we have better equipment. The sound's probably gonna be a little echoing right now.
Word.
We'll get used to that.
But yeah.
So what's up, Buzz, man? What else you got on your mind right now?
I want to give him a little.
What else you got? You didn't write nothing on the list here. I got no support from you. What's up?
No, it's alright. It's alright. I got everything in mind. I got everything that I want to talk about. It's kind of got an argument. Yeah.
Oh shit.
We got an argument about it. So let's dig in, man. All right. First and foremost, we don't talk about news because we're gonna go into like cannabis news and what's going on.
Some current events.
But like in California, I just want to say the other day that shooting in Thousand Oaks. You know, rest in peace to those people. And I also want to say the fires right now in California. Anybody that's hurt, everybody that's evacuating. I hope everybody's safe. And we wish the best of wishes for everybody.
Yeah.
Word. But sliding into the cannabis news, you did.
So I don't know. There's the big one that is. There's two big ones. I think Jeff Sessions getting out, right?
Woo!
So Tilray jumped 30%, man.
But that's the thing, though. Like things like that.
30% in one day.
Things like that.
That's like money making. Like if you're doing day trading stocks right there, like I think like you have a bunch of these new like weed stocks coming out. Mm-hmm. And to have something like that jump up, like I feel like it's only fuel to the fire for every other stock too. To just be like, there's money here. It's real now. People are making big money on the stock market off of cannabis.
But it's a perfect representation. Why we gotta get people like him the fuck out of here? Facts on facts. Really proud of what I
but
that
what do you mean?
Life.
Like so like nothing's changed. Like he didn't do anything, right? But like he's one fact that's like out of now he's out of the way, but you still have to wait till somebody else comes in there. Now he didn't really change much. He took away like the Obama era of we're not gonna go mess with any state laws on medical cannabis, right? Which that was, as far as I understand it, like I'm not versed on politics, right? But if he said Obama was like, all right, well. He took no funding. He took all the funding away from those investigations and such. So now Jeff Sessions, when he got into his position, took that away. He made a statement. I forget exactly what it was. It was saying that like we should expect action or some shit like that. But I'm still, we'll see who he puts in. Like there's still a bunch of old people with fucked up.
But this is what I'm saying. You see how nobody else had to come in yet, and a little bit of a change or something, like you said, something that would change, like just that little bit changed, and off of that just little bit change just shows you how getting people out of here like that, and the people that follow him.
I think it shows how volatile it is, because like that's like one thing that's like Sessions out, and this thing's just like boom, like it was literally 5 hours, just like whoop.
Word. Cause it's like showing face. Like, all right, people that was, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know too much about the situation, but my like feelings on this, like when certain people follow a certain person that has a certain narrative, once they out of the way, they can go with what they really feel. So it's a lot of true.
Well, it's. I mean,
I'm not saying a lot of true colors, but maybe that has something to do with it. Highly, maybe not, but that was my. What I'm saying? That was my take on it.
I'm curious.
Always get different when somebody get out the way.
I'm curious to see who they put in there, right? Like I think the stock like that, something like that shoots up. Like that's big numbers, man. Like that. So the whole industry, like when Sessions got into office, was even slightly different. Like it's growing so fast, right? So Sessions gets into office, and like I think California, like they just legalized or something like that.
Yeah.
So even to now, like that short period that he's been there, which how much the industry's evolved too. Like California is now good to go. Michigan is the next thing I was going to talk about, but they just voted recreational, right? Canada is recreational. Mexico just set a precedent on personal cannabis use. So it's like, all right, not just in the United States are like more states turning to like better cannabis laws and regulation, but countries on fucking every border are being like, recreational weed's okay. Like it has to come at some point. You know what I mean? Now Sessions being out of office is like, okay, are we going to have another pause here? Are we going to have another delay, which is really what it is? Or are we going to get somebody in here, which is the unlikely situation, I think, where it goes the other way. You know, like that's not going to happen at all. Some guys are probably going to get in there, and like we're going to see some sort of federal cannabis reform with like, who knows, man? I don't
once
know.
we get more politicians, once we get more people in power that supports the movement, bro, people are gonna feel secure and safe. You know what I'm saying? Right now they feel like they're against it. Once it feels like it's okay, people gonna do just like when people started selling weed in the bag. When it started to be okay, I put my label on it. Now you can come see me. Now I can miss the nice guy.
Buying weed in the fucking bag. I mean, like, if it's like, you know, a branded bag, but like just I see somebody came into work with a sandwich bag, and I'm like, man, put that shit in a jar. Like, that's why it's just kind of so, like, it's a different world.
But yeah, it's a whole different type of environment now with the cannabis scene. Man, I want to jump into, I know it's the cannabis, we were going to talk about the mob ties.
That's probably definitely happening. The other thing for the news that I was really, interested in. I got two things on here, or actually one thing on here. I'll talk about two things. The other one I haven't told you about. So, the other one was there's a Canadian drug trial going on right now between cannabis and fentanyl.
Yeah, brief me up some more. Brief me up.
You know what fentanyl is?
Yes.
Right? So fentanyl, for anybody who doesn't know, is synthetic heroin that is extremely strong and is responsible for a lot of the overdoses that's happening in the epidemic in the world. So, but it's used in medical purposes as a painkiller. So, the fact that they're judging cannabis or putting cannabis against it, they're doing a trial where it's
so what is the trial?
The results from cannabis, the results of fentanyl. I didn't get into the exact like what they're doing for the trial, but it's to treat tremors, I believe. Or not tremors, pain. That was the other thing. They're also importing cannabis from Canada to the U.S. The DEA has okayed importation from Canada to the U.S. because apparently their fucking capsules have easier access to, which is wild to me. I don't know why they're not. But I'm sorry that I messed up there. The cannabis versus fentanyl, I don't know. I know it's for pain, but it was a short article. They didn't say.
Oh, so okay, the cannabis versus fentanyl situation. Pretty much they comparing if cannabis and fentanyl being like a synthetic heroin that seduces pain, so quote unquote, but it kills people. Can cannabis be the same? They trying to say, or because you can't put it.
They're trying to say so. They're trying.
You smoke 12 blunts a night. You ain't gonna do that with no fentanyl.
They're trying to 12
bags tonight, buddy. I bet you won't wake up in the morning. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to just.
No. So they're just I think they're comparing and trying to see if cannabis can be used as a replacement. Which like,
and that's
I don't think that it's actually gonna.
Look at Scott Storch. You know Scott Storch. He stopped doing cocaine. He started snorting. He stopped doing cocaine. Started snorting weed. He sold his Bugatti for cocaine. You know, come on. That's a.
I don't know who that is.
He's a music producer. He was responsible for a lot of big hits that came out of the hip hop world.
Okay.
But he was one of the first people that had a Bugatti. You know what the Bugatti is? The car.
I do.
He literally lost his Bugatti and a lot of things off of cocaine. He was adamant and talked about his problem. But now he on the get back. He smokes weed. He snorts keef instead.
What? Are you serious? He snorts keef?
Yeah, he hitting the keys.
No.
Yes, bro. We pull it up in the video when he hit the keys. Hitting the keys.
No.
Hitting the keys and the keys.
Is he sneezing like a motherfucker?
I don't know.
No, dude. He's not snorting keef.
Yeah.
You gotta be. No, it's not. Nobody snorts keef. You can't snort keef more than once in one sitting, I would imagine.
It's not keef,
it's fucking trichomes, dude. It's fucking grease basically going up your nose. There's no way. It can't be.
Do this people snort acetone? You don't know keef?
Alright, that's fine.
What are you talking about? Do people smoke a whole gas? Snort a whole gas. You don't think you gonna snort? You think that shit don't tickle?
I don't know if it tickles, bro, but you can't like physically. I don't know. Like, how do you have the fucking capability to be snorting?
No, it's real.
It's fucked up. That's dumb as shit too.
Yeah.
Who the fuck this guy is, but
yeah, wait. You know the proof of the keep snorting?
The what?
The keep snorting. Keep snorting.
Yeah. What about keep snorting?
He do keep snoring.
I know, it's what I'm saying. It's fucking crazy.
You don't approve.
No, it's dumb.
Yeah, or nay? Is it fire or trash?
It's trash. What do you mean? Is that even a question? Why the fuck would you snort Keith? If you snort
I
Keith,
just told you he lost the Bugatti. And now he just probably got a Pilot Master.
He's just like a habit. He's just, I need to snort something, I guess Keith. But like, that's disgusting. That is fucking gross.
I can't wait to show you this video. That's funny as fuck. I can't believe it.
It's dumb.
But yo, wait, so
that's like the kind of promotion.
Like,
what the
wait,
fuck?
Wait.
Cool, you fucking got off.
This is
coke,
good.
And now you're snorting Keith. Like, oh, that's much better. It's not. It's almost worse because that's not getting you high. It's like, what the fuck? Why are you even doing that?
What if he was on some fentanyls and now he want to do Keith?
You want to do Keith? Yeah, I mean, for sure, do Keith.
Well, he's snorting Keith.
Cool.
He was down on cocaine. He lost the Bugatti. That's a lot of bricks.
Yeah, but it's not fucking snorting Keith. That's like, oh, every time I need a fucking bump of coke, I do a bump of Keith, and that satisfies my nerves. Like, that's not happening. That is not fucking.
We don't know that. G. We don't know that. We're gonna have to get this guy over here and talk about it.
He's just a psycho. Then he's got to have like he's got something in his head that like I just need to do something. You know, he's not addicted to cocaine at that point. That's not his fucking.
This is a video I seen. I know it's a little dated. But this is definitely a video I see. I know probably right now I'm gonna have to surf this video up, but I know for a fact. I'm telling you, my boy snorted the Keith at a point to get off the cocaine. Yeah, this is how they made it seem. But even if they did make it seem like that, that's a good one for the trial because you know what I'm saying? Cannabis, why? You got somebody stupid? Are they taking why? You as a person that has experience and knows.
You're saying you want a drug trial for snorting Keith against cocaine?
I'm saying why is that stupid? Why is that stupid for him to snort some Keith? Let my boy live. Let him live.
You know what? Let's get some Keith for you to snort. That's the only way for you to find out. I have some Keith if you want to snort it right now. I got a big fucking bag.
Ain't gonna lie, my friend, you got me there. You definitely got me there.
Seriously, let's do it. Let's do it. For the sake of the sesh, Brett. That's what we can put in the headline is fucking Breeze snorts Keith.
Nope. They're gonna kill me forever.
For sure.
Just
like this fucking guy. You're asking me what the problem with that is.
But he did the
cocaine. Devil's advocate at that.
He did the cocaines, and he spent a lot of money.
Right, but he didn't smoke weed.
Oh no, I don't think. Yeah, you know how people that do the cocaine.
Right, so cool. Like that was just one of his crazy fucking habits.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with him getting over cocaine. Let's make that perfect.
Wait, hold on. Bring it back. No.
You think
this
he's totally not smoking weed. He's just doing bumps of Keith. Even talking about this is fucking crazy to me right now. That you have the opposite opinion. I don't even know if you're just saying it for the sake of argument.
No.
I think
that's a good thing.
He's doing like when you get off coke, you're like, you know what's going to fucking stop me? I can do anything else. But this fucking Keith right here is what. No, he's smoking weed. He's with cigarettes, whatever. He's doing something else.
He's not smoking no cigarette. He's smoking the weed.
That's all he's doing. It's weed. Okay, we smoking weed is
That's solventless. He's solventless.
You're bringing a bad name to solventless. But dude, that's you gotta. That's
just his way of his get down. That's how he do it.
I suppose.
That's how he would do it, though. And I commend my boy because that's better than
whatever works for you.
Because he can go get him a Pilot Master,
with some
fresh trim, call you up to get it right, and have him all nice trichomes at the bottom on that Pilot Master, and let him go to town.
That would be cool. It's a new product. We can sell some fucking weed snuff.
It's a label gonna be like this. That's funny. Oh man, that was a good one, man. Keep it rolling, down.
All right.
Fucking
all right. That's all. I think that's. I don't got too much. The other one, Canada's up there, but like Canada's just like savages right now.
No, yeah, I was talking about Canada because I read the article about they had like mob ties to like the cannabis companies that's coming up. It was like a CBS News little article I was reading. It was like in Northern California. It was like cannabis companies that came from Canada and that came down here, you start to see a lot of them here. I guess because they about to. You said they are illegal.
Canada's all over. Like
so they setting up shop to get to catch that export. I mean that import or whatever.
Dude, it's cool. Canada's doing fucking drug trials. Like for
but
sure,
they said that family. A crime family was called the Rizzutos. The Rizzutos, a lot of their family. And I ain't trying to snitch right now. I ain't trying to just, but it was like, that's gangster. Shout outs to them getting that money. Don't get caught. Be easy.
I don't know, dude. I'm really not. Like, what are you classifying? Like, what is the fucking mob here? Like, what does that define?
I don't know. That's why I said I don't know. That's why I like.
What? It's like, oh wow, some criminals got into the industry.
You know how you know if you was like, see in America, if you said a certain type of family, a mob family, you would know. Like, all right, yeah, that's them. All right, that's them. That's them.
Like, what is a current? Like, I don't. There's not anymore.
You see a family like kids families like what is the Gottis? You see they from Long Island.
But they doing this shit now. Like that's John Gotti was like the last.
I don't know talk about that situation, but I guarantee that like staying like that don't go away. That's all I got to say.
For sure. But like, there's nobody. There's no famous. There's no like famous gangsters besides. I mean, El Chapo, fucking.
It's famous gangsters in Long Island, but they ain't from Long Island. They don't never leave Long Island. You know what I mean? Because they all kill each other. You know what I'm saying? They gangsters in Long Island. That's like everywhere. Until one of the local rappers get out in the neighborhood, make that gangster famous probably, or something like that. That's how it go down. You don't, how else do you don't get fucking, like Mayor don't put a gangster on. That's how it go down. It'll be like a rapper or, or they make it big like BMF. Motherfuckers have billboards and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
BMF?
Yeah, you know about the BMF? We gotta talk about that.
Bad motherfuckers?
Nah, blowing money fast.
Blowing money fast.
On gang. They was going hard, bro.
Blowing money fast.
Bro, they had the Big Meech. He in jail for life now. They give him life. They're supposed to go on. I don't know what the situation is. But yeah, blowing money fast, bro. They put a fucking billboard. They got a special out right now. You can go watch it. Motherfuckers put a billboard in Atlanta. When you came down in Atlanta, you know what time it was. Either Atlanta or it was in Florida, because they was both loopy and both. Because I ain't watching on yet. I'm waiting for 50. Shout out to 50.
That's
give us that plug. I'm waiting for 50 to drop BMF. So I'm trying to get, like, I remember watching the rappers with the BMF dudes growing up. Like Young Jeezy really being around them, like Big Meech in the videos. Like you would see these people. Like if you knew, because I had an older brother that would tell me this, that, and the third. So yeah, motherfuckers had their billboard. And I watched like the commercials.
What'd the billboards say?
BMF.
That's it, BMF?
BMF. It was like entertainment company.
Was it like,
it was entertainment company at that point. You know what I'm saying? So,
I know what you mean.
They had stash boxes. You know what I'm saying? Like
stash boxes in the car and shit?
Stash boxes in the car, bro. When the like if you go out, like we'll talk about it one day. We'll bring it up. But that's definitely that's dope. Cool. That's a dope. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's just one. They wasn't a crime family, but yeah, they put down stains, shit like that. Like, oh, you can say whatever, bro. Shit like that don't go away. You know what I'm saying? It's like anybody.
No, for sure.
Even like a little straggler situation, like that shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I say about Canada and this family, we probably don't know it, but like people in Canada, right? Like, oh, that's them. They've been doing that. To see them.
Yeah. They know. I don't know.
Shout out to them. They illegal. And that's what I'm saying. It's giving people with stains.
It's not mob ties. Those are pioneers.
Pioneers
of the industry.
And what I mean by stain is like it's something that is like it's dirty. It's something that's everything is not clean. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, is any like we're talking about?
It's washable, but you still got that same stain. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But yeah, man, they're all over the place. They're in like Canada's in Colombia. They're in. I mean, everywhere you go, you hear some fucking Canada company, but they're doing international trade with cannabis, exporting and importing, like. They ran that apparently like what they're another one of the headlines is that they actually ran out of weed, which I guess like they're not doing big shit if they're running out of weed. Like what the fuck? But
and Colombia is so rural too. It reminds you it reminded me of like taking in a time machine, like when we went. You know what I mean? It's like not saying like a time machine, but it was like it's different. Smaller cars, smaller cities, like more rural, more like fuck this light, fuck this road.
Fuck this light.
You know, like
the street light. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah, fuck the street light. For a fact.
Yeah, traffic laws are like they're more like guidelines.
Like don't hit a motherfucker right here. Relax real quick.
Yeah.
Relax real quick. That's a fact, G. That's a fact.
All right, so man, that's what we got for news. We'll have some more next time. We'll see what happens.
So what you got to bring to the table? I heard you got some talk.
Yeah, we bring a lot of shit to the table early. I thought it was going to go the other way around. I thought we were going to do some news. I thought we were going to start off nice with a little bit of, hey, look at what's happening over here. And then get into it. But we got right into it. So we covered some shit. Yeah, man. I think we're good. I think we covered everything I wanted to cover, man.
All right.
What do we got next? What do we got on the next session?
So let's give a little preview. So we're going to start doing this on a weekly basis, the Sesh podcast, every weekly. We're going to tap into all the current news and what's going on in the cannabis industry. Like I said, I'm Trees and Breeze. Breeze, you can call me, and I'm with my boy, Sometimes I'm High, Ben McCabe. We travel around the world inside the cannabis industry. You're going to start seeing more like updates of different products and just a lifestyle and what we do as individuals inside the company with our job.
Yeah, we have a lot of guests lined up for you guys, some really cool people in the industry. So yeah, stay tuned to the next one.
Like I said, once again, it's Trees and Breeze. I'm with my co-host Ben McCabe. Sometimes I'm High, and it's the Sesh podcast. You did. That was good, man.
Let's go.
Let's go. Great clap. Come on. Give the energy. Sesh. Good episode. Woo! Nice. Let's go down to history right there, G. That's history. First one. Organic.
Told you, don't ever fucking talk to me again. Oh shit, that worked out good though.
Straight. And we was reading off the shit. It didn't matter, but it was still.
Well, we already knew about it, so we were just like, all right, we just led into it. I was like, oh, number 2.
This is authentic as fuck, bro. Everything like boom.
We'll get it tighter too. There's still like I like it. We're good now. See, now I feel good. That's what I needed is just be able to flow. You know what I mean? Get this shit down, have our shit there, and be able to flow.
And we're on 58 minutes exactly.
That's perfect.
And that's with. Since I started recording, you know what I mean? So we got plenty of time. We can
so we only really rap for like 30 minutes?
We rap for like 40. We rap for like 50 minutes.
That's good, I think.
50 minutes.
For just us, if we have other people, that's fine. That's fine.
Good 50 minutes. We can fucking bring VG in right now. Feeling so good. Like, VG, come in, man.
I like to keep it an hour though, because like
I'm saying.
I start getting that like if it's just us, you know what I mean? Which we can do more.
We can curate his episode now. Like, bring him in, boom, break it down, G.
Yeah.
Break it down.
I mean, like, you could also edit it to certain shit, too, of, like, what we talk about, you know what I mean? Because we have some good shit in there, you know what I mean? Or if then we listen to it, we're like, you know what, you can't really tell what we're talking about because it's, like, shit that we know or whatever, that we're not speaking clear enough.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I
want to see
bro, every podcast you get lost a little bit. It's like, all right, if it's that bad, we cut it. But
yeah. You just get on a ramble, but fuck it. That's where shit goes.
That shit raw. We got weeds. Fucking weed. Got cranberry. You know it's a good night when I got the cranberry is my favorite drink.
Yeah, let's see what these girls are up to.
Oh yeah. 47 minutes ago, what are you doing? Ah shit.
I told Nicole that we were doing the thing. So, she knows, I suppose. That was good, bro. We made it happen. Now the rest is, I'm ready to do the fucking whoever now. I'm ready to have someone on. That's what I needed right there, bro. I can't explain to you, like, I get anxiety about this shit. I gotta have it feel good. Otherwise, like, I get fucking mad.
We didn't even talk about nothing like that. We just chilled real quick.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what we gotta do every time. Is just chill.
But I ain't gonna lie, when it's another person, it's going to get a little longer. Definitely.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
Cool. But that's like word. That's like the word. I got 20, 30 minutes in me. You got of actual speaking. When we combine all that, I put 2 minutes in over here, a minute in, like that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, the more people you have, the more people are going to be like, I got a story for that. Oh, I got to comment on this. You know what I mean? And I think, like, where we got some good story, like, I just want to, like, keep reading the news on what's going on, stay up to date with, like, just different culture shit.
Our job is to keep
every time you see something cool within it, or, like, something that, like, interesting or whatever, information that we think is vital in whatever aspect. Like we gotta have a page or between you and I just to like be able to put shit on. I'll breeze upload some shit and check it out. That way we always have like a little bit of that connect on what's going on. And me and you stay like a one, whereas we have somebody on so that way we can play off each other really well, let each other talk when we want to, know when to fucking help out when you need to, you know, and give you something.
Right.
So it's like, we're gonna kill it though. I felt good about that one. You know what I mean? We had it right there. That was just like what we do in the morning. Yo, what up? It's good, blah, blah, blah. Like, by the end of the day, like, I already said everything to you. You know, like...
Think how many times he says it? Don't say nothing to me. Don't say no. No.
That's gonna be my whole thing. Is tell you to get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck out of here. We just gotta cater it around weed shit too, though.
And then like once we get like cool with this, we'll start doing like honestly, bro. So this builds up the confidence so we can do this shit. Now you know you have a point and reason now to be like showing yourself more. So now when we just do pressing, like today when Harry got that shit, you just did it with you and just talk. That's why I tried to tag you today because I was thinking about it. People gotta like see how Rosentech with the machine they make you look like the person that's informed. And I know you don't want that stigma, but it's already comes off.
I'm just kind of shy, bro.
Right, don't worry about it. I was thinking.
I'm just kind of shy, and to be honest with
you,
I feel like an amateur in what I know. What I know on weed is, as far as I'm concerned, is amateur shit. You know what I mean? Where you think like, where you learn something from me that like, I'm you to 1,000 other people. You know what I mean about learning about weed. And like all the people I look to that I learn shit from. So that's where my shit is like, yo, I don't want to be called the scientist expert. Like I don't have that fucking cred. Like I wouldn't call me that. So I'd be like, fuck that dude. He's fucking. He's not fucking. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yo, I know some things. Cool. I got a good head. I know some shit. Like cool. Like I could do anything anybody else could do. Cool. They got it down to a T. I need to still get there. Like I'm almost there, but. There's some shit.
Like, when it comes to a point, it's like
that's where I don't want to come out with that.
But you downplaying what they see. Everything else doesn't say it. You're saying that modestly. Thanks. All right, hold on. Let me do this for you. I love the modesty. We're past the fucking modesty. The pictures. The today, bro. You see that picture I put up today? I looked at Google Photos. I said, yo, I'm gonna put this guy's name in. I guarantee I'm gonna look like a picture where he's just talking to somebody, like he's telling somebody some shit. Literally, it was like the third picture in. I'm like, look, man, easy. Right, I put it next to it. I looked into the fucking.
Send it to me then.
I put it on. I'm sending it to you. It's on Instagram. I looked at the article, and the article said referred it to as Ben McCabe, and you were like, you said some shit about the
Where was this?
Today, bro. I put it up on
in a news thing
on the Instagram. But it looked like some news shit. It looked like but I did it on the news thing though, like a post about news. Go to the Rosentech. And boom, I'm like, word. That shit look right. Like that's what it is.
I got some funny.
But you ill, but you're not no fucking Poindexter ass. You like mine Poindexter, but like, yo, you chill. You smoke the weed, chill the weed. You know about the shit. You're not no fucking.
All right, I appreciate you, man, for sure. But every people tell me that shit.
You see what I'm saying,
cool,
though? You see what I'm saying? It's not even nothing about you being none. It's like.
I don't know. I just got I don't have the I got a confidence thing about jumping out into but I'm trying. I'll work on that shit. I feel you.
Bro, you can argue with the best of them. That's all I'm saying. I tried to stop you from arguing for months. Now you want to stop? I tried to stop arguing for months. Months I told you stop arguing, bro. Just relax.
What do you
mean? All you gotta do is argue. Now put up that every time the cap was a little to the left.
What do you mean?
Like being particular about shit. You can't. Alright, the reason I'm saying expert is like being particular. You understand that alright, this weed is trash because of this, bro. And if somebody try to tell you this is the fire, you're like, bro, you don't give them not because.
So you're saying I can start being more of an asshole?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck it. It's provocative. Not even saying fake it, but I know you be want to like, no, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And like, but you see Instagram? I showed you. You see Rosentech Instagram or no?
No, let me check. Sorry, I was looking at something else.
Look, just look. It gives you a good example of what I'm trying to say. Full fact.
I'm not on here. Is it in the story?
Yeah. It's on the trim to rosin.
Why all processing facilities should be utilizing rosin?
But look at your quote at the bottom. That's you. It's a picture of you, and you're saying something. See that? I'm like, yo,
when did I fucking say that?
I don't know.
Where did you get that?
In the article.
What article?
Yeah, I'll pull it up here. Rosin Tech. That article, swipe up.
What are you talking about?
Swipe up, bro. It's swipe. That article right there. Yeah.
Yo, I had a conversation with this chick a long time ago.
Yep. Because they was probably doing like the articles, right? Making the article. He was probably giving her some information. That was probably just 2 sentences you said.
Holy shit, dude.
I told you, it's funny. Ben McCabe. Look, read it. What the fuck is it saying? It says some shit. It's funny.
Yeah, I remember this conversation.
It's an article. And I'm like, word. That's easy to do. That's easy.
Yo, she quotes me a lot in this fucking article.
A lot more than one?
Yo, I'm in the. It's basically me. It's an interview with me. This is a fucking interview with fucking Ben McCabe on fucking rosin. I'm serious, dude.
Yeah. I see it. I'm like, as I said, it was real easy. I'm like, all right. It was like probably the first like scroll. I'm like, oh shit. Quoted by Ben McCabe. I'm like, look.
Dude. This was posted June 19th, and I'm just finding out about this.
That's why you repost shit
what
different ways.
Fuck, bro?
You repost shit different ways, you bring it back. Dead ass.
What?
Dead ass. And that's the next.
Oh my god. I can't believe that.
I told you, I'm looking at
You want to go to Big Wayne's?
Huh?
You want to go to Big Wayne's?
Where's Big Wayne's?
Right across the street from my house.
Yeah, that's where we going? That's
Yeah.
where they at? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's where she's at. Make sure she's there. I'm pretty sure they are. Nicole's not sitting at the bar alone. I don't fucking know that.
Yeah.
But she is. What the fuck? Let me put this shit away. That was fired, bro. Give me some of that shit.
We lit. The sesh, you dig? The podcast. All right. And that's all, folks. Trees and brizzies. Out of here.